Okay, why is no one on the internet talking about this? What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new here, hi if you're not. My name's Danielle and I am so happy you're here. This whole story starts the other day when I was scrolling on Facebook. Do people still use Facebook? I still use Facebook. Anyway, I was scrolling on Facebook and I came across this ad on the screen right here. So it says, I'm spending way less. I am intimately aware of all my expenses. I'm generating more income. I've paid off all my debt and I have a clear financial roadmap that will take me all the way to creating wealth. Catherine L. Ready to make 2023 the year that you step up your money game? Join our free class and learn 3 steps to successfully budget, pay off debt, build savings, and start investing. Register here. And then the little image on the screen says, financial clarity and peace of mind is one step away. Free investing class for women who don't know where to start. So I came across this ad and immediately my spidey senses started tingling. Now, I had actually asked in the video that I posted here whether or not you wanted me to start signing up for these webinars from the ads that I continuously get inundated with every single day. And some of you said, yes. I also received a couple of Instagram DMs that said you should absolutely be doing that. So naturally, I saw this ad on Facebook and I thought, you know what, this is my perfect opportunity. So I signed up for their free money webinar. Now, unfortunately, with this particular circumstance, they only offered a live Zoom webinar and they didn't send out a replay, which is really uncommon. Most of the time, they'll at least send you a recording of the class. But I wasn't available at the time they were offering it. I figured they would just send me a replay. They never did. So I never actually got to attend this webinar. Now, before you start crying about it because you're like, Danielle, that's the whole point of the video is for you to sit on this webinar, I want you to just relax because I am nothing if not planned and resourceful. And to be quite honest, I'm highly neurotic, so I couldn't stop thinking about how much I hated this ad. And so I ended up falling down an entire rabbit hole, and here we are. Because I started to think about all of these sort of like finance gurus that tend to inundate my TikTok For You page, and they all seem to offer tips and courses on how to get you out of debt and how to teach you to manage your finances. But they charge upwards of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to do so. And something about this whole thing just doesn't quite add up to me. Okay, so as I usually do, I ended up Googling the company that was in this ad and then going to their sales page. And then as I started scrolling through that page, it really started triggering my memory about this money coach that I used to follow back in like 2018 when I started my business, because her and I had kind of started our businesses around the same time. I don't actually know her in real life. She's based in the States, but if you understand how the internet works, a lot of the times you end up in like the same sort of entrepreneurial circles. And so I remember her content specifically. So once I found this ad and I went to that website, I then went and searched for this other coach and started to see all of her content. And I remember that when she started her business, she started it on the principle of, I got myself out of debt and now I can teach you how to get out of debt. And for some reason, I was always under the impression that the reason she made all that money was like coaching other people how to get out of debt. She got out of debt by coaching other people how to get out of debt. And I don't know if that's 100% true. Again, this is just my speculation from the type of content that she used to post. And I do want you to just keep in mind that everything I share is my opinion. This is my channel after all. So just keep that in mind as we continue here. And if you are enjoying this video, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Now back to the sales page, or sales pages, should I say. So I looked up the original ad sales page and then I found this coach that I used to follow and looked up her sales page as well and kind of just explore what we can find. And I want you to keep in mind, just like I say in all of my videos, these are not a specific attack on certain individuals. It's just to demonstrate the common types of rhetoric and sales tactics that we see in the industry as a whole. Like I could probably look up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other financial coaches and their sales pages would look relatively the same. So let's go ahead and have a look here. We're going to look at the initial sales page for the ad that I first saw for that webinar. So here you'll see the program is called $1 Million Year. They say limited case study spots available. So they're calling their program a case study. And essentially it's just going on about, here's what the product is. It's a year-long program that's going to give you the skills and the tools you need to rewrite your financial future. So then it goes through what's included. So you'll get a curriculum, you'll get financial coaching, you're going to have a community and accountability. So I assume there'll be like a Slack channel or a Facebook group. And then you're going to work on your mindset. We all know how I feel about mindset. So actually, I want to read this part. We're all about spelling out the simple action steps you need to take in order to move towards financial freedom. But the reality is the number one thing that determines your success in the program is you. That's why we focus on healing your money story, reframing your financial narrative, and helping you to become the person you want to be in the world. Okay, I actually think there is value in learning how to heal your relationship with money. A lot of us have a really unhealthy relationship with money. And even though I kind of showed appreciation for the fact that I grew up in a financial situation that forced me to learn how to manage money at a very young age, I would say that for my young adulthood anyway, I had a really unhealthy relationship with money, and I would hoard money out of fear that I wouldn't be able to find more of it. And so that was something I had to work through. So when it comes to like money mindset, there is a certain level of work that does need to be done to understand that money is a resource. We have the ability to make or lose money, et cetera, et cetera. But I think that this particular part, especially the sentence that says the one thing that determines your success in the program is you, is going to come into play later when we look at the refund policy. So as we continue, it goes through what the phases of the program is. So they're going to teach you how to build a financial foundation, which looks like different money rituals, cash flow trackers, which I assume are like budgeting spreadsheets. I actually have a budget spreadsheet template that I use personally, but I have it for free just to give to my friends and stuff. So if anyone needs a budgeting spreadsheet, let me know and I can send you a link for free. Then we also have money management systems. So I assume this is where they're going to teach you how to save your money. Let me try and zoom in on the pictures here. So we have an audit plan, learning to invest, paying off high interest debt, etc. Okay, and then it kind of explains that there. And then we'll talk about I'm not in this program. Then you're going to talk about your future and building your wealth, how to plan for your financial future, set up an emergency fund, get out of debt, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, I will just say that if I'm someone in a really bad financial situation, it's not realistic for me to be focused on saving for retirement when I have massive credit card debt to pay off, but maybe they cover that in their program. So then they have like their typical customer testimonials. So I made $8,000 or I saved $8,000. This made a huge impact on my life, blah, blah, blah. Again, I never trust the testimonials that are on these websites because you don't know where they came from or if those are even real people. These could be stock images for all I know. So then we get to choose our program. So they have group coaching, which I assume includes the curriculum, and then you'll also get access to that like Facebook group or however they have it set up. And that's $2,000. These prices actually, I thought they went down from yesterday. Then we have private coaching, which is $7,000, where you get access to a one-on-one coach via text. I'm paying $7,000 to text somebody. That is crazy. You don't even get, you get 4 quarterly calls. So 1 call every 3 months for $7,000. Holy moly. Okay, and then we have self-study, which is where you just like do it yourself, I guess, and that's still $2,000. Plus, you get these limited time bonuses. So here they have another course called the $1,000 month, which is valued at $5,000. Please keep in mind, this is something else I want to note, is that on any sales page where they say like, oh, you can buy my bundle for $97, it has $10,000 worth of products in it, and they'll list all the things and all their values. That's just made up. Those people just made up those prices. This $5,000 value, this person that built this website just decided that their product was worth $5,000. Does that mean the market value is actually $5,000? Absolutely not. Okay, continuing. Bonus 2, another training vault, blah, 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 blah. This is the part I wanted to touch on. So these people have a double your investment back money guarantee. Did I read that back right? Double your investment money back guarantee. You get what I'm saying. You try the program, you don't like it, you can get a refund, but here's the catch. The $1 Million Year is a comprehensive program for women plus who are committed to learning how to save money, manage their finances, and build wealth. When you join, you'll be a part of the one-of-a-kind group of women plus on a mission to take control of their financial health. We're so confident in this program and our students that if 1 year after completing your $1 Million Year, you have not doubled your investment in the program, aka saved at least twice what you paid for it, we'll double it for you. Our hope is that your life is forever transformed through the skills you develop in this training. We also hope you give it your very best effort. This is why, in order to be eligible for our double your investment back satisfaction guarantee, we want to be sure that you did the coursework, that you do the full coursework of the $1 Million Year, and do not save twice what you paid for the program. Simply submit your work and we'll refund you twice what you paid for it. Okay, I am 1000% a fan of anyone who offers a refund policy. I offer an online course. It's only $47. I teach people how to start a business in Canada. I offer a 100% money back guarantee. You try the course, you don't like it, whatever, here's your money back. This seems a little bit sketchy in my opinion, because It's essentially saying that you only qualify for your money back if you can prove to us that you did absolutely everything that we taught you and it didn't work for you. And I think realistically, and again, this is just my speculation, people would join the program, realize maybe it's too overwhelming, it's too much work, they're not quite as committed as they thought, ask for their money back and not qualify because they didn't wait the entire year. Not to mention that if I'm investing either $2,000 or $7,000, I have to wait 12 months to get that money back. Like, that just seems a little bit ridiculous. So then again, they just continue with more success stories, blah, 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 blah. And then they introduce themselves, and then they have like the FAQ section. So I kind of just wanted to go over this because, again, I think it shows a really great example of what these types of sales pages look like. But I find it interesting that they don't have a part that speaks to, oh, wait, here it is. I was going to say I find it interesting they don't have a part that speaks to the like future self version, because that's usually what makes people buy. And so if you scroll down to the bottom, it does say, still on the fence? If you read any one of these and think, yes, this is me, then the $1 million year is perfect for you. And so this is where these people, as a sales tactic, are going to put you into your ideal scenario by like addressing what your key pain point or problem is. So this is perfect for you if you've never taken a look at your finances, but now you're ready. You've tried to create a monthly budget, but gave up when it got overwhelming. You're tired of guessing where your money is going. You're ready to reinvent your money relationship. You want to have a seat at the money table. You want to stop letting money control you. So again, those are all really vulnerable positions that someone who is bad with money is going to find themselves in. And they are taking advantage of that by saying, if this applies to you, if you have ever thought, I get so overwhelmed when it comes to budgeting, pay me $2,000 and buy my course. Like, it's just so icky. And then they go into this is not for you. Again, this is like a common sort of sales page setup. Real women, real results. They have video testimonials. And then they have like a whole challenge. So it just keeps going. Again, then they drop what the program is. Sales pages are very much like this. They just repeat themselves over and over again. Okay, and then that's the end of the sales page. So you get the idea. Again, common things we see across the industry. I kind of just wanted to draw awareness to it. And now we're going to look at the other sales page and you're going to see the similarities here. Okay, so this program is called the Wealth Accelerator. It says it's a signature 12-week program that completely transforms your finances from tackling debt to becoming an investing badass, healing your relationship with money, and everything in between. Bottom line, we teach you how to build guilt-free wealth without restrictions or sacrifice. Already, my spidey senses are tingling because if I'm someone who's in a really bad financial situation, let's say I'm in thousands of dollars of credit card debt, I work a minimum wage job, how on earth am I going to be able to get out of that financial situation without restrictions? Because realistically, if you know anything about debt relief, debt repayment, trying to get out of debt, I'm going to have to sacrifice the things that I enjoy in order to focus on spending more of my money on my high interest debt. That's just the reality. Okay, let's continue. So give up my Starbucks. Yeah, right. Have you ever been told you need to stop buying takeout, skip the vacation, or give up online shopping to get ahead of your money? Well, that's not the vibe around here. Again, unless there's some sort of magic solution I'm not aware of, that to me is not realistic. In fact, I paid off my student loans by not eating out at restaurants and not going out to the bar with my friends. Like, you have to give up something if debt repayment is your priority. So again, I don't want to read through this whole sales page, but I do just want to give you an idea. It says, let's back up. Does this sound like you? And again, they give you these things like, this is the position you're in. You're chasing income to get ahead. You feel behind. You have all this credit card debt, blah, 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 blah. So that someone reading this page is like, oh my God, yes, this is me. So then she paints the like imaginary scenario picture. Well, imagine if you could just trust your financial decisions. Imagine if you never felt restricted. Imagine you were confident. All of these things that you want and you desire to have in your life to get you to agree. So welcome to your new reality, AKA once you join my program, this is going to be true for you. Goes on and on and on. And then she explains what the setup is, the breakdown. So it's similar to the other one. You're kind of in like a group sort of mastermind scenario. Mastermind. Bi-weekly coaching, etc., etc. And then she has a little bit of info on what that's going to look like. You can see it here. And then she breaks it down week by week. So it's a 12-week program. It looks like you learn how to audit your finances. You'll create a plan. Blah, blah. A lot of it seems like woo-woo, waste of my time stuff. Like stop sabotage and struggle. Attract massive wealth. Manifestation. Ugh. Again, I'm saving that video for a couple weeks, so stay tuned. Okay, and then meet your coach. I don't really care. There's so many coaches. Oh my God. Okay, and then we get into the investment. This is the juicy stuff. Did you know that in the US, the average cost of college per semester is $13,000? It's normal to spend money to get a college education, and while college is a common investment to learn or get the qualifications to make good money, Making good money doesn't matter if you can't keep it. We teach you how to keep it and at a fraction of the cost of other educational investments. Our team will go over the investment and explain different payment plans on your application call. So this person does not post the price of her program. You are required to get on a sales call with someone who I'm going to assume is highly trained in sales closing, aka getting you to buy on the spot, as a means of pressuring you into the sale. I have talked about this in many of my coaching videos, but if someone will not tell you the price of their program or wants you to get on a sales call in order to sign up for their program, that is a huge red flag that they're going to be using high pressure sales tactics to get you to sign up. I also want to note that they probably put the price of the semester of tuition so that you're thinking, oh, duh, like I would spend $13,000 to go to college for a semester. So why wouldn't I spend whatever the program is going to cost? I'm going to guess it's probably $5,000 or $6,000 for a 12-week program. Like it's basically the same, but it's not the same. College is a accredited institution. There are rules and legalities that colleges have to follow to build their curriculum. This person putting together a course could have done that in their mom's basement. There's no rules. Okay, then she has testimonials. Again, you can apply again. And the FAQ section, same thing. So if I click on the one that's about the investment, since not every person is a good fit, we want to make sure you're a good fit for the program before we allow you to jump in. AKA, we want to put you in a high pressure sales situation to get you to close the sale. I could go on for hours. Honestly, then it's again just a bunch of screenshots, testimonials, the same thing we see over and over and over again. I don't trust any of this because you don't know where it came from. So I think that's a pretty good review of kind of what these sales pages look like, what to expect. And I really just wanted to do it as kind of an overview and to give you insight into the things and the red flags to look out for if you are someone who's considering hiring a financial coach or guru to help you with your financial situation. Overall, I would say my biggest issue with so many of these coaches is that they charge thousands of dollars to people who are likely not in a financial position to be spending that kind of money. It literally just doesn't make any kind of logical sense to me. Basically, it's like, I'm going to sell you this expensive online course, put you in a worse financial position, and then give you the tools and the steps to get out of it. Like the math ain't mathin' for me. Just like we see in the Coaches Coaching Coaches on How to Coach Other Coaches scam, it's all about selling this sort of golden ticket solution to your biggest problem. And they use this rhetoric of if it worked for me, it's going to work for you. And again, I've also said this in other videos. I have no problem with people who have a skill or knowledge in a particular topic, taking that information, packaging it together, and selling it to people by means of online courses, digital downloads, etc. I myself sell these things. What I have a problem with is people taking basic information, packaging it into whatever kind of service or offering they have, and then selling it at an absurdly inflated price, but making it sound like it's going to absolutely change your life. Now, I just kind of want to give some context to this video. So my background is that I grew up in a lower middle class family. My parents divorced when I was about 12 or 13, and so I was primarily raised by a single parent, my mother. I've had a job since I was legally allowed to, which in Ontario was like 13, and I've basically managed my own money since that age. Would it have been nice for mommy and daddy to pay for everything? Sure, but that wasn't my reality. But what I did learn from having that financial responsibility at such a young age was the ability to budget, to manage my money, to make sure that I wasn't spending more than I had. I am very privileged to not suffer from struggles with impulse spending. I have been very careful not to accumulate any kind of credit card debt, and I worked multiple jobs when I went through university to make sure that I wouldn't graduate with a ton of student loan debt. And so I'm telling you all of this to sort of set the context for the fact that I've never been in a financially vulnerable position. I've never suffered from crippling debt. And so I can say with confidence that I would never buy into one of these sort of financial guru solution courses because I've never been in a position where I would need that. And I recognize that my privilege and the position that I've been in is not reflective of the circumstance that many other people face. And so if I was someone who had a lot of debt or historically had a really bad relationship with money, I can definitely see how I would be susceptible to the solutions that these financial gurus are offering. And I will say that there are resources and people online that are sharing valuable information and have helped a ton of people overcome their debt. But all that is to say that there is something with these financial gurus that are selling these expensive courses that just does not sit well with me. And I really think it comes down to the same things we see across the coaching industry in general. We see coaches taking an offer, selling it to their clients on the promise of this dream scenario that is so far detached from where these people are currently at. Financial freedom, debt freedom, the ability to buy whatever you want, whenever you want it. But with what money are these people going to be able to do that? I want to know. So after all this reading and creeping and perusing, I did what I always do, and I went on Google and I went on Reddit and I tried to find people who were sharing their experiences buying into these programs by these financial coaches. And I couldn't find anything. Not one bad review, not one good review. I could not find a single person talking about these courses. So what I want to know is, am I completely wrong in my assumptions? Are these financial gurus that charge over $2,000 to help people get out of their financial situation actually doing these people a favor? Was this entire video a complete waste of my time? I'm just kidding. I love you guys. This would never be a waste of my time. Or am I completely right in my assumption and the information they are sharing is basic information that you could find for free on resources like Google and YouTube, but they're using predatory tactics to prey on these people's vulnerabilities, getting them to buy into their course, and because there's so much shame associated with being bad with money, people aren't willing to talk about their experience because they were already in so much debt. They paid all this money, they ended up in more debt, and now they feel like silly for having done that. Which one is it? And why isn't anyone on Reddit talking about either of these experiences? Is it because the gurus actually delivered on what they promised? Is it related to the shame associated with money? If I have taught you anything in my videos, it should be that you can never trust the reviews that are written on these people's websites, because sometimes people pay for those reviews, other times they do it as an incentive, like you can join my program for a cheaper price if you give me a good review, etc., etc. I would never trust the reviews on a business's website because you never know where those came from. In fact, half the time they're just completely fake altogether. So all that to say, I want to hear your experience or your thoughts about this in the comments. Have you worked with a financial coach? Was it helpful? What did you learn? Was it worth it? Do you know someone that worked with a financial coach? I genuinely want to know. Did I make an entire video about a concept that I am completely incorrect about? Someone please tell me. That's it for today's video. If you have your own scam story you want to share, or maybe you have some scammy Instagram profiles you want me to look at, you can drop them in an email. My email is linked in the description of this video. Find me over on Instagram and TikTok, where I share real business advice completely for free. And I'm going to leave you with my anti-scam content playlist right here. Goodbye.